What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Hero X, this time with episode 12. Good first episode last week. As with all of the introductions, they're always really well done in my opinion. Well paced, lot going on. We saw Queen and her rival, whose name I don't remember, so apologies, but I'm still kind of wondering why they're even rivals right now. Like, the other girls seem to still want revenge on Queen, even though I'm pretty sure they both have absolutely no chance of being X anymore after they decimated in split seconds, seemingly, during the like Colosseum battle. But yeah, I liked her backstory. It was well, what we saw with her being like a little genius and such. Few cameos in here. That's unfortunate, isn't it? Just after she met Lucky Cyan, and Lucky Cyan had now had her kind of controversy with people saying that they received the bad luck from it. Boa, that's the name of her. Yeah, and yeah, you knew this would be the narrative. I'm not sure Queen would believe this though. I think she might be smarter than that. However, emotions are a lot more powerful than intellect, I think. Journalist. So she wants, yeah, we did see that at the end of last episode, didn't we? But we didn't see who she was referring to in terms of that's your daughter. So that does make the revenge make a bit more sense now, doesn't it? So there's a setup all along for you to take over. But again, this guy has put very much a wrench in those plans. So you're gonna try and get revenge on this guy. Not that you can, but okay, I want to see the dog, bro. I want the dog. I want to see what's up with him. Is that some poor soul just like put into a dog's body, or was that a dog that's gained some kind of trust value? But there's still a fair few of these characters we're seemingly gonna have to focus on. With not too many episodes left, I don't believe. So we've got the dog guy, the kind of cute orange haired guy we saw last episode. Um, that girl in that kind of, it's not a mecha suit, but like that full suit. That kind of looks like it could be like a mecha suit. I do just want to go back. I mean, this goes in order right here, I believe. Maybe not this scene, but the next one. Yeah, you got the dog. This person who I was referring to a minute ago. This guy. Oh, is that just the orange head? No, it's not. This guy, I don't believe we've seen yet. The orange head guy I mentioned. That's Queen. So yeah, there's like four people left to cover, I believe, in what 10 episodes, I think it is. So on average, that would be 2.5 episodes, which you obviously can't do. So 3 episodes, 2 episodes, 3 episodes, and I think there's going to be one episode. I think I heard mentioned for X. So yeah, there'll be like two, three, two, two, and then one episode for X is probably going to be the structure from here on. That's actually not included in this episode, is it? So no, I like the look of those. I guess these are kind of the adversaries in this scene right here as well. It's MMA. Women on man. I guess with superpowers, it doesn't really matter, does it? You guys seen that video of those two girls fighting that fat man? I don't remember where that. Probably Russia, but I can't remember where that's from. Ooh. It's always annoying, isn't it? You see it a lot. Nepotism. I mean, it's one of those things where when you're in that situation, you would want to like help your family and so on, but the question does become, do they deserve it over some person that actually worked that hard to get where you want to be? And we're not a fan of it. See it a lot in acting, and more often than not, it's actually kind of okay. A recent really terrible example is the movie Trap from M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. And his daughter being cast in that movie purely to advertise her singing career, I think. And my God, sorry to be harsh, but she can't act at all. So that's a negative. A positive is Jack Quaid. I think it's pretty good. I think it's Jack Quaid, something Quaid. I think he's pretty good. There's been quite a few good sons and daughters of famous actors. I guess another bad one would be Will Smith's son. That guy doesn't. Again, I don't want to sound too harsh, but he doesn't really seem too good at anything, rapping or acting. Yet he's very successful. But I don't think this is a situation like that, is it? I mean, judging by her intellect, I think she could. I think she could would have been this queen here would have been very successful anyway, no matter what road she went down. So here's her cameo from the last. Oh, yeah. Good. So yeah, I knew she'd be smart enough. So I think again, I could be really wrong about this, but I think I heard that they actually did dub over the songs. Am I right in saying that? I think I saw someone comment it. Not that you should trust every comment you see ever. My comment section is a good example. Yeah. I do go off a faith basis where I do trust what people say initially, but um, again, I've had some recent videos where people complaining about stuff I didn't even say. And people seem to speak so confidently on the internet, even if they are wrong. The thing with YouTube, I think if I do end up getting like bigger and bigger, which has stagnated a little bit for me. If I was to, I think I would have to tone down reading kind of and responding to comments, which I like doing, but as I said, I think that when you gain more popularity, it does, the percentage of negative stuff probably becomes higher. Or even save the car. Pretty quick for such a strange looking thing. Tripod. Bipedal looking guy. Oh, he's got wheels on, to be fair. Swiftly dealt with. Oh. So I see a familiar face here. On the right, this wreck guy. 9. Rebellious Hero 9. I'm more interested in this question mark person. Woman with question marks under her name. They don't know who she is. Rock. Probably see him in the opening. Relationship poor. Suspected ally. Under investigation. Interesting. And Hero X SSS rank right here. You see S- for rebellious hero, and again the question mark woman, just like total mystery. Interesting. And she's got multiple superpowers. Oh, interesting. So they don't know the extent of X's. Sorry to kind of look through this, but they don't know the foot. They rank Hero X SSS, but they don't know the extent of his abilities, like the specifics of like strength, agility, intelligence, vitality, dexterity, and ability. I only know that because I recently played Final Fantasy, and they're pretty much the same stats right here. And we see here that Rek that we saw early on in the series, he's got 2 super level kind of stats, and the rest are normal. This question mark woman is got super on everything, and her ability is multiple, which is kind of scary. I'll look at that. That's something I'll be interested to see. But yeah, they don't even know what his Hero X's would be. You think they would, considering he's like in the system seemingly. Like I imagine to be Hero X is like. I mean, that's the title. It's quite funny that that's the title of the show. We still don't really know what it means to be Hero X. Like that seems like it's going to be the question till the final episode. To be Hero X. What does it take to be Hero X? I mean, we do see. I mean, to be fair, you could say we do see, especially in this story, what it could be, how much work it could take to be Hero X. But these women aren't going to be Hero X, so it's not entirely accurate. But I guess we see a fraction of what it could take. But I do hope that that question is answered. What what is it to be Hero X? What does it mean? Again, I would have assumed that it meant like you're the most treasured person, and they'd know everything about you and make sure everything's okay. But it's just as much of a mystery to them as everybody else. Oh dear, sorry guys. But wow, there she is. Action heavy episode today, hey? I like that. Actually, this show does look very nice. Another story where it's been mostly 2D, 2D is probably the wrong word. uh, well, I think it is the right word, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. There's not been many 3D segments, if any, again in this part. Which I don't mind at all. Actually, I really like how it looks in 2D. But I did think the 3D looked quite good when we had it. Kind of feels like we're just giving up on that a little bit. Or maybe there's like specific stories that caters more to. You're getting absolutely fucked right now. Oh, the backbreaker. Ah, so she took that quite well. So she already put someone outside of that boundary. So the question is like, can Queen not act during this? Like, if I just paused someone's time, I would go up to them and just start wailing on them. Not with that technique, but yeah, I would just be waiting for them to talk. So again, is it a thing where she has to like pause for a minute when she uses her ability? I don't think that's the case because we saw her a second ago. Yeah. Man, this construction company is going to be absolutely pissed. Yeah. Hey, let's go, Queen. I was going to say, I really hope it doesn't devolve into just those lights. That's become a bit of a trope in anime recently. Just like people turning into lights and clashing. Just going like that. Almost like you got your toys, your favourite toys hitting together. This fight's been absolutely ruthless so far. It's maybe one of the most like evenly contested fights we've seen. I still don't really know what Boa's kind of like ability is, other than she's really strong. Oh shit. You're not even X anymore though. All that miasma stuff we saw. Kind of absorb. So, do you reckon? The more I think about this, the more I think this is probably the case. They were experimenting. I think during the last lap, we found out they were experimenting with the. I can't remember what was it? Because obviously there was this trust value. I think it's not distrust value, obviously, but yeah, it was this kind of like madness, this kind of anger, kind of power or something like that. A negative kind of yeah, a negative kind of equal per se to trust value. Do you think that? I mean, it could have just been coincidence, but do you reckon like she's like this Boa is also like a bit of a test subject here? They're testing like the extent to which this negative kind of version of trust value, how powerful it is exactly. Is that how they're planning on potentially kind of overtaking and having a new hero become X by using a different kind of power source rather than trust value? Is that the only way to beat him? I mean, he's only recently just become X, so I'm not completely sure about what I just said here, but Queen did say here that it seems to get more powerful over time. Maybe the more powerful the negative emotions, the more powerful it gets. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm so sniffly. Jesus. Yeah, this fight has looked pretty incredible so far, hasn't it? It's still going. Nuts. Ah, holy crap. Again, I like that they're using that kind of sparingly. Jesus Christ, bro. This fight has been nuts. God damn. Oh shit. Got her in that same spot. Just a bit lower. Damn. I kind of got to applaud that, to be honest with you. That was awesome. That was the fact that it was like a prolonged fight as well. That was like 5 or 10 minutes. That was awesome. Oh shit. Oh. Jesus. Really expecting to fight again? Bloody hell. That pretty much. Whew. That was definitely some of the best animation this year. That looked amazing. Even like this show, that looked incredible. And like I said, I'm really glad they didn't turn that into just light versus light. They used them in a good way of showing us how quick their movements were for like a split second rather than like 20 seconds or so. The impacts felt heavy, flashy. The animation looked fantastic. There was some really awesome looking frames in there for people who like to like slow it down and look frame by frame. That was amazing. And again, it almost feels a bit like John Wick in a sense, where it's not really awfully comparable, but John Wick kind of came in at a time where seemingly for me, I'm not a major action movie fan. I love my action movies, but action movies were kind of, I don't know, they didn't really have too many like prolonged fights. They didn't really have too many like extended sequences of kind of action and fight scenes where back in the day they used to. It kind of seemed like everything had a lot of cuts. It was very choppy, had a lot of cuts to it, and that was like the style of how things kind of evolved during my kind of when I was growing up watching action movies. And then John Wick kind of brought back a bit of that kind of really awesome choreography, prolonged kind of fight choreography, and actually having like scenes just fully devoted to just action for like 5 or 10 minutes. That really kind of brought it back, and this kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Obviously, it's not doing that exact same thing. There's been plenty of anime that has had fights, long-lasting fights and such, but I just love it when it's just like uninterrupted, just craziness like this. Like this went on for like 10 minutes, maybe even longer, actually. But yeah, that was fantastic, wasn't it? Skip a bit too far ahead there. Go back to 1930, but yeah, like that. I don't mind it when they like try and put in narrative stuff and dialogue during the fights and stuff as well. Like, I don't mind that, but I think it's just cool to just see a flat out action. Like don't kind of mess with the pacing of the fight. Just let them go all out. Don't be scared. Just let them go all out. Oh dear, sorry guys. I was okay for a day. There was a day this week I was okay, but the last couple of weeks, hay fever's terrible. It's 39. Oh shit. The boss. So, is this saga just going to be these 2 episodes, do you reckon? I don't feel like these guys are going to die right now. I don't know, it's got that feeling. You know what? I wouldn't be awfully surprised if there's little Johnny that kills him right here. Hopefully I'm wrong. I think I'm more in it to think that considering some of the endings to some of the arcs have had in the show. And that is probably him. And it's like a fox looking thing. Well, I wasn't right exactly, but and maybe that's not him. But I don't know. I feel like that might be Little Johnny. I don't know. I don't know why. Again, that just the way that shot was framed, it kind of made me feel like these guys were going to die, and then they brought up Little Johnny. Crazier endings have happened, but I guess not exactly. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys for watching. No, there's no previews or anything. Yeah, fantastic episode today. Again, the reason I think this is Little Johnny is because I imagine he's got like some kind of like transformation or something. We see him kind of quite animalistic kind of guy, isn't he? He's got those like horns. He really reminds me of, I'm not sure who, but he really reminds me of someone. Yeah, maybe that's like his pet there, and his pet like evolves into this or something. I don't know. But yeah, perhaps this is actually less of a kind of ending to Queen's arc and a kind of transition from her. Like it's less of a kind of definitive ending, which we've had to previous arcs, like Nice, for example. And again, more of a kind of transition from her arc to somebody else's arc, where she's still going to be maybe a slight part of it. But I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. Did you guys just get bad vibes here? Like seeing them just carefree driving like this just gives you bad vibes. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Good episode, really good episode. The action was fantastic. Not too much story wise during this episode, but not every episode needs to have too much story. Sometimes you can, as a guy especially, I think you should enjoy just a bit of action, especially because actually it looks really good and you actually do care a little bit about the characters. We had that kind of build up to them in that first episode. It's not just main character versus random mob like many very popular anime. This is actually characters you do kind of care about and have come to kind of learn stuff about. But yeah, I do like this Little Johnny again. We didn't see too much of him today, but he's quite a charismatic guy, so I'm looking forward to having a focus on him at some point, as well as the dog. Maybe it's just because I'm quite an animal guy, to be honest with you, but yeah. Really awesome fight scene again. Took up the majority of the episode and very much warranted it. It looked fantastic all the way throughout, consistently as well. I can't imagine how hard it is to actually like consist. Like how long did they spend on animating this fight? It's just 10 minutes for us, but I imagine that took so many hours for these guys to draw and to animate. And like again, the sounds of the like even just the subtle things like the sounds of the impacts and just like the containers being destroyed sounding and looking fantastic adds that weight to the blows that they're hitting each other with, so it doesn't feel like they're just like I think I was going to bring up Lazarus that's there in the season that I dropped. It's got some really awesome choreography. Funny enough, by the choreographer from the John Wick series. It's got him actually doing the choreography for that anime. Yet it's choreography wise great, but the sounds of the hits and the impact you feel, it kind of just feels like they're dancing, which is like awesome. I do like it when it feels like it's like a dance of a fight, but it feels like they're dancing in the case of like it looks great, but the sound effects and the impact isn't there, so it doesn't feel like there's any kind of actual fighting going on. And this show may not be as stylistic as Lazarus fight wise, but it certainly is much more impactful for me because again you feel the weight of everything in the words, in the sound effects, and the music, and in just the containers being destroyed, like the background. Like I think that's a very subtle thing that people don't even like think about, just like the background stuff being destroyed like this. It's like seeing that gives us a kind of framework to work with of what would happen if like they get hit, and when they do get hit, just like how much that does kind of how much weight there is to that. So I just think it was a really well done fight. Narratively, it was interesting as well. Again, not the most in-depth thing, so we've only had 2 episodes, but seeing their kind of build up last episode did again make us care about this. So yeah, just really well done in every way today, I think, for me. Decent ending here as well. I think also why I thought they might die here, it just feels like a bit of a setup. Your boss is like calling you in. Your boss now knows like the route you're taking towards him, and it just feels like one of those things where maybe it's because I've been watching too many mafia and mob movies recently. But yeah, when your boss calls like this, it's always a bit shit. You're gonna offer me right here. So yeah, maybe I'm just watching too many movies. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section. Fantastic, some of the best action in the series, I think personally. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys next week with episode 13.